Hello Trojans, this is Mrs. Aponte coming to you live from my office at James Weldon Johnson, and I would like to share with you some important information pertaining to our code of conduct. Your primary focus as a student at James Weldon Johnson should always be on academics. Remember that you must maintain a 2.0 GPA as well as pass all your classes in order to remain as a student here. Now I'm excited that Friday the progress reports are coming out so you can kind of gauge where you are at this point looking towards the end of the first 9 weeks. And if you need any assistance in any of your classes, please see your teachers. I know a lot of them offer lunch and learn, so you must take advantage of those opportunities. The next point I'd like to talk to you about is respect. Respect for yourself and respect for one another. So what does respect look like? Let me read this little excerpt to you. When you want to be respectful, try to put yourself in someone else's shoes and behave in a way that shows you care. At its heart, being respectful means showing that you value other people's perspective, time, and space. So that's always something you should be thinking about as you interact with others. Am I showing them the respect that I hope to receive in return? And that includes keeping your hands to yourself, not taking other people's properties without permission. Those are ways that you can show people that you respect and you value them as a person. I'm going to quickly talk about two things that are Class 3 offenses, and those are cyberbullying and bullying. Cyberbullying is anytime you take to social media to talk negatively about a peer or an adult. You want to avoid doing those kinds of things, because what you have to understand is anytime you put something in social media, it's something that can be retrieved, and if it's substantiated by looking at what you've written, you can end up in a host of trouble. The first offense, the first time you do it, it's 5 days out of school suspension. If it happens again, now it's going to be a higher price to pay, 10 days out of school suspension, and the principal could recommend that you don't return to James Weldon. So please use social media to put your cute little pictures and talk about how happy you are and things that are positive, but really think about refraining from talking about other people. Bullying is something that people throw that word around as though if someone looks at you wrong, it's bullying, and that's not the definition of bullying. And without going into too much detail about bullying, all you need to know is that if someone is repeatedly causing you distress, picking on you, teasing you, making you feel like you don't want to be in the school anymore or not even want to leave your house, that's what bullying is. And if that is the case, then you can come see me, or you can see Mrs. Kincaid or even Mrs. Peak and any of the counselors and let us know what is going on. And as we speak with you, we're going to be able to determine, is it truly bullying or is it something that's a lesser offense so that we can intervene on your behalf. Dress code. You will be receiving a yellow sheet of paper that looks like this. And it's a two-sided document that we want you to read it on your leisure, on your own, about what is acceptable and what is not acceptable for dress code. I'm going to be showing you momentarily a couple of pictures I took today during lunch of young ladies that are wearing appropriate length dresses, appropriate length shorts. Remember, young ladies, in order to determine if your shorts or dress or skirt or whatever garment you may be wearing of that nature is long enough, put your fingers to your sides, and the garment should end either at the tip of your fingers or below it. That's how you know that, yes, I'm wearing appropriate clothes for school. So take a look at the dress code and read it on your own, and just be sure that you are aware of what it is that you're expected and not expected. And young men, I don't have a problem with you wearing your hats outside, but when you enter a building, hats must come off. That's about the only real issue I've seen at this point with young men. Just make sure your hats are off when you're indoors. The other area I would like to address is, and I was looking for mine, is electronic devices. You know that you bring them to school at your own risk. If you lose your electronic device, certainly come see one of us to see if anyone's turned it in, but we're not responsible for them. So it's really important that you keep it out of sight. The only time that you're allowed to use your electronic device is if the teacher has that as part of the lesson for the day. Other than that, it shouldn't be between classes because you want to listen to music. Definitely don't have it out in the courtyard or at lunch. It should be completely out of sight, and that's all I'm going to say about that. Moving right along. Okay, Lost and Found. Lost and Found is located on the cafeteria stage for 7th and 8th graders. And for 6th graders, Mrs. Kincaid indicated that for them, they are to go to building 6. Any valuable items that you may contain, again, you bring those things on, at your own risk. But if you find somebody's cell phone, wallet, what have you, please make sure you turn those in. You can turn it into me. You can turn it into the main office. But if you see something, don't just help yourself to it. Do the right thing and turn those in so we can get them to the proper owner. Cafeteria and lunch. Can I tell you how much I enjoy being in lunch with all of you? You guys are wonderful. Now, one of the things that I know that I'm continuously getting on certain people about, and there's more people than necessary, is the cleanup portion of the lunch. I love how you guys are so happy to see each other and socializing. That's wonderful. When you are done eating your lunch, however, you need to gather all your things and put them in the trash. I'm going to show you some pictures of what it shouldn't look like. Remember, guys, when you are on this campus, we are sharing a space. This is our home away from home. So you always want to treat everything that you do and everything that you encounter as though this is your home. And I know that at your house, you don't just eat and leave your trash all over the table and get up and walk away. At least I hope you don't do that. But anyway, so in the cafeteria, make sure that you're picking up after yourself. Tidiness is key. If you want to stay after to help us out, Isaiah Moss, I want to give you a shout out because almost every single day you're staying up to clean up in the cafeteria. So thank you for doing that. Remember to arrive to lunch on time. Do not head over to building 11. You're not supposed to be over there. Again, if you're out of the line of supervision and something happens to you, that's going to make it more challenging for us to be able to help. So make sure you're where you're supposed to be. Student IDs, as you can see, I wear mine every single day. It's expected that you wear yours every single day. Now, today I said to a young lady, "Where's your ID?" And she said, "You know who I am." It's not about us knowing who you are, ladies and gentlemen. This is our way to identify that you do indeed belong on this campus. And also, in the event of an evacuation, I don't know everybody's name. I want to make sure that all of the people evacuating are people that belong to the school. And if something happens to you and you can't speak for yourself and you don't have an ID, that's just going to complicate matters. So just make sure you're wearing it for every single class period, not just at the beginning and then you get a little lazy as the day progresses. Have it on every single day. If you lose it, go to the SRC. The ID itself is $5. The lanyard is $2. If you don't have the cash, they can put it on your account to be paid later. So there's always an option. After school procedures, when the bell rings, guys, please get to your buses, car zone, the SRC if you have something going on in there, or the cafeteria if you're waiting to be picked up for one of your clubs, or if you're an extended day. Please don't loiter around the campus in front of the buildings by the flagpole taking selfies. I know how much you guys like doing that, but we're really trying to get you out of here as quickly as possible because remember, we want to go home too. So when that bell rings, you can walk and talk with your friends, just kind of be quick about it and get to your destinations. JWJ Trojan Creed. This year we kind of revised our Trojan Creed, and you're going to receive this one-sided sheet of paper that is pink, that the expectation is you're going to read it with your family when you get home. You're going to sign it, they're going to sign it, and then you're going to turn it back in. If you're an 8th grader, to your social studies teacher. If you're a 7th grader, you will return it to your peer counseling teacher, so Mr. Nur or Mrs. Raven. So the Trojan Creed is as follows. T, trustworthy. R, respectful. O, open-minded. J, judicious, which means wise. A, attentive. N, noble, and S, self-motivated. These are the qualities, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, that we're looking for in Trojans. If you aspire to have these type of qualities, then you're going to be a well-rounded person in addition to your academic success. So always strive to be these things, always being respectful to students, to adults, to substitute teachers. Just because you have a sub doesn't mean it's a free-for-all. You need to constantly be respectful to everyone. When you get an opportunity, also read closely here. This is talking about academic integrity, and it talks about things as far as collaborating, plagiarism, basically anything that's dishonest pertaining to your work. You always want to make sure that the work that you submit is truly your work, that you didn't copy it from someone or you looked up some author and trying to take credit for the work that they did and trying to turn it in as your own. So this is the last thing I'm going to show you, and before I let you go, I just want to let you know that I would like some feedback on the information that I shared, because I want to make sure that you are really digesting and taking everything in. So you will receive a 2 an exit ticket with 2 questions, very simple, just to reflect on what you just heard, and your teachers will provide those to me, and I will read through them, and if I need to pull you out or have a conversation with you to clarify anything, I will certainly do that, because you know I love you. I'm here for you. So have a wonderful day, guys. It's been a pleasure coming into your classroom today, and I will see you around campus. Bye.